Welcome, everybody, to the Three Good Guys podcast.
Uno.
Today is a good day. We're ready to hop into a good time with y'all. First things first, though, let's hop into the introductions. To the far left,
This is Rodney.
my name is Miles, and his name,
LB.
and we are officially the Three Good Guys, and these are the Temptations. Y'all, let's just hop into it, because there was a few topics that we had going. Is there one specific y'all want to get to first?
Well, first off,
We want to talk about life without
I
your
was
wife.
I was trying to pause and see how long I can pause before.
Yeah,
All
I
right,
was
here we go.
definitely about to say so. I was that first off was long.
yeah, it was purposeful. Let's talk about wives.
Yeah.
You know,
I'm gonna sit this one out. Y'all go ahead.
well, you can sit this one in. You're getting there.
Both of our wives are out of town right now.
Yes, they are.
So I was telling him earlier, like, I'm home alone and I just go to bed early. There's nothing to do, bro.
It's crazy because there is stuff to do. Do I want to do?
But
them?
you don't want to do it. Exactly.
And
only
then,
wanna
my
do it when they're
motivator is when she's around, even if she's not telling me to do it, which a lot of times she is because
Yeah. Because that's a wife.
yeah.
That's what they do. They're
But
good at that.
yeah, I don't know. I mean, of course, plans kind of got a little bit changed with which we'll talk about our little workout routine here. that
Oh,
we had
yeah.
this
We'll talk
morning.
about that.
But yeah, I was supposed to get out and do some garden work,
Uh-huh.
some grass work and stuff, and
Bro, my wife been gone for like a week at this point. I told my wife, I was like, when you come home, house gonna be spotless. Cause I got a whole week. Actually, I got 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's gonna be spotless. Bro, I ain't cleaned nothing.
Ain't
I did the
no
dishes.
thing.
That's it.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, clean
But I-
dishes, huh?
I got somewhat of an excuse though. Well, no, I don't really. I mean, I did go work out a couple days. By the time I get home, it's like 8:30.
Yeah.
I work full time during the day, so it's just like, who wants to start cleaning at 8:30,
Yeah.
9 o'clock?
Nobody wants to do that.
You
But
know,
me, it just helped me realize even more. I need my wife.
for sure.
I need her.
Gotta have her.
Yeah, it's not like life is whack without her.
It is
It's
true.
boring,
I'm thinking about all these things I can do. I even called my brother up and was like, "Yeah, we'll go out. We'll go do
hang
something."
out. Didn't do it.
Didn't even do it, man. I just drove home.
Yeah,
I was
but-
like, "Yeah." Well, it was a long day at
Yeah.
work. A lot of stuff going on, so we just.
Well, unfortunately, my relationship is long distance, so
Yeah, you get over that.
yeah.
Yeah. I
There's
did
some
one of those.
fortunates to that.
I mean, there's
definitely
pluses
some
to everything,
benefits to that.
Yeah,
But let's just say you don't want your relationship long distance.
nah.
No,
see
I
what I'm
couldn't do
saying?
it. I
Yeah.
couldn't do it. I
See
did
what
it
I'm saying?
already.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-mm.
I was
That's-
trying to just look, glass half full type.
I know you wanted me to be encouraged.
No, there's benefits
Yeah.
to a
Feel me?
long distance relationship.
There are benefits,
because if
but
you don't
there's-
feel
there's
like
not
getting
enough.
bothered,
There's not enough benefits.
You ain't gotta be bothered.
And I just don't want to be bothered.
it's because you
And
hearing
then I
yourself.
begin-
Huh?
Yeah.
You singing because you hearing yourself. I do it too. I understand.
Now I was thinking about my mom. Shout out to my mom.
All right, yeah. Shout out. So this morning,
Oh my goodness.
was I not supposed to go there?
No, go ahead. Do your thing.
This morning we all worked out. First of all, I didn't know it was gonna be 9 o'clock in the morning. Let's start with that.
Yeah.
I didn't find out till 10
You
o'clock
know what?
last
It's
night.
crazy. You sent me the invite for it. Shout out to Markeith.
Yeah.
Shout out to
Good Dad Tribe.
the
Yeah.
Dad Tribe.
Yeah.
And what was it? Kinetic.
Kinetic RX.
Yeah, Kinetic RX, yeah.
Yeah, it was great. Trust me, it was great.
Yeah,
We
it
had
was
a good
definitely
time.
good.
But yeah, when you sent me the link for it, you're like, "Hey, Markeith got this thing, come through and or whatever." I was like, "Yeah, I'm down. Sure, it's Saturday morning,
Yeah.
I knew it was in the morning, but I didn't know it was like that early in the morning. And then two, I didn't know what it was. I was thinking is it like a podcast thing?
Yeah.
You saw
so
Good
what
Dad
like a
Tribe.
what time
group
did you
type-
find out you was about to be working out?
it was like, matter of fact, I can tell you the
Yeah, go
exact
ahead.
time.
While you doing that, so I thought we was about to be working out at noon, because on the website it say something about noon, but I guess that was the brunch or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Man, what time you find out?
I found that at 9:34 p.m. yesterday.
Goodness
Did you sign up
gracious.
to go work out?
Yeah, I had no idea. Matter of fact, I can read you the text because I got into a conversation with Josh, and Josh kind of alluded to it, and I guess
Yeah.
your brother had reached out to Josh. Josh is a friend of our cousin, my cousin by
Cousin,
marriage,
yeah.
but known him for a long time. And he was supposed to come through, and he was like, "Hey, I was calling you because he come to the thing." He was like, "Yeah, I signed up with Leonard." Also, he was like, "Honestly, I told him I was like, I don't even know what it is. Honestly, I just signed up and was like, I'll
I'll
go."
be there.
And I was like, I saw it was in Grand Prairie. I live in the area, so I'm like, let me just go.
Yeah.
And yeah, and then your brother texted me and was like, you coming to the event with LB tomorrow? And I'm like, yeah. Already registered everything. And I even told him, I was like, not gonna lie, I didn't read at all what it was about.
So
or what
first
we'll
of
be
all,
doing.
That's the kind of support
I was
you're
just
supposed
gonna
to
pull
have.
up, you know?
Yeah, that's good support.
Yeah, that's
let's
the support you're
highlight
supposed
that.
to
That's
have,
real
first of
support.
all.
Like you told me come, I'm gonna be there. Yeah.
Exactly. And so then he just answers workout. And I was like, oh, shoot. And then he said, LOL. He's like, and a small conversation, try to. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Then he asked me about Josh, and I was just like, oh, shoot. So that's when I figured out. And I was sitting upstairs. I was like, shoot, man. It's like, well, that lets me know I can sleep in a little bit longer because I'm not going to really like get dressed fully. I'm just going to throw something to work out in.
Well, that's one way to look at it.
But yeah.
Bro, I was at their house chilling, and I don't know who told me it was at 9 o'clock in the morning.
It was me.
And I was like, wait, it's not at noon? Like, we got to drive an hour to get there.
Yeah,
I
it's
was
far.
like, man,
It was far.
That was crazy.
Not only that, so I ain't in shape right now. You feel me?
Oh, yeah, me neither.
I ain't been in shape for a minute. But because I know this is like an introductory thing they were doing for men's mental health and stuff, I just assumed the workout
wasn't
would
gonna
be
be that.
super
Yeah,
light.
I thought it was
We
gonna be
get
light.
to the workout.
Bro,
they
they
talking about
kicked my
some. All right, so this is the last workout of the series. It's gonna be, the toughest one we got. I'm like, hey,
What? Why am I coming
who
to the tough
invites me
one?
to the toughest
I
workout?
know. What an introduction, man.
I still got a cramp right here, bro.
Man,
Like that-
dude, arms
Sheesh.
aching. Man, listen, I had just had a tough workout like Thursday.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, yeah, we were going to plan on working on Friday too. But I was like, nah, got off work a little bit later. I was like, nah, let me dressed up and, just be cool. Be ready for the thing in the morning. Not thinking,
yeah.
They was gonna kick your butt in the morning.
Yeah.
yeah, crazy.
And so like I bought some weights about 2 months ago. So I work out at home. But my workouts are laid back. You know what I'm saying?
Relaxed.
They're relaxed.
Ain't nobody telling you what to do.
Nobody telling you what to do.
When you get tired, you're done.
Man, I almost died today, yo.
It was tough.
It was tough, but I'm glad I went.
Yeah, I'm
First of
glad.
all, just support my brother. But I had a good time though.
Yeah, it was
I
a
would
great
definitely
time.
do it again.
Yeah, it actually was good.
Not so soon,
Yeah,
That's a
maybe
long
not
drive.
even the workout was cool. It was well organized
good.
and everything.
Yeah.
It was just tiring, but I would definitely do it again.
I
It was a good time.
personally enjoyed it, except for the fact that I was dog tired.
Let's
after,
talk
like,
about this.
the
This
first
dude
session.
here, I looked up at one point and he was just like, they had like a little pillow like this, and he was like this, y'all.
I was gassed.
Laid out on the pillow. I looked up
Man.
another time. He was laid out on the floor. I was like,
Listen,
hey.
Let me tell y'all. So when I work out, especially like hard workouts or summer workouts, like I ain't gonna lie, I am a chronic like puker. Like
So you work all the way out.
yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So like I give 100%, but then 100% come up.
Come and get you. Yeah.
So the crazy thing is Thursday I worked out, and normally like it's not a delayed feeling. Like normally right after workout I'll know like I'm
Yeah.
probably gonna throw up like in another 10 minutes or something.
Yeah.
Right? And I purposely don't really eat close to the time of working. Like I work on an empty
That's
stomach most of the
smart.
time. But I do drink a lot of water, especially I have to now because it's just super hot. Like, and I'm a sweater, so like I need to be hydrated. So Thursday I get home and I wasn't even expecting this one. Like it was a
Snuck up
tough
on you.
workout. It snuck up on me. I got to the sink. That's as close as I got. Came through the back door. Got to the sink. It was just like, all right, let me get this out of there. I was cool
Yeah.
after that. I was able to eat my food. Everything good. Today, right on the way back here,
Oh, did it get you again?
it was like it was coming up. And the crazy thing is, there's a stretch from my house. There's a street called Beltline, and there's Camp Wisdom to get to where close to where I live, and there's nowhere to pull over
Yeah.
for like a good stretch. And like it was coming, I was like, oh shoot.
Bad
And
timing.
I'm just like, you know what? I'm like, I am not about to throw up in this brand new car I
You
just
still
got.
got the new car smell.
Yeah, I'm just like, listen, it's not gonna happen, bro. So I'm like, burping and like swallowing stuff down, and just like, you know how you have to stay like as still as possible. You too much movement, you know what I'm saying? Then everything starts clicking. It's just like, dang, the AC's up a little bit too high. The fan, I gotta turn the AC down. Let me crack the window like 25 degrees. Now let me cut the music off because the music is throwing me off.
Yeah, there's some music
I need
vibrations
quiet.
hitting your stomach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's crazy because I was like, okay, I finally made it home. But like by the time I got to the end, to turn into where to my house, I was cool.
It was just testing you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was testing you.
That's hilarious.
I'm-
Did y'all feel like blacking out or anything?
Nah.
Nah, I didn't feel like blacking out, but I did like, you know how you like see them little lines in your eye?
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely got that.
I got lightheaded during the run because you know how they said like you could walk the whole thing. I decided to run back,
Yeah, it's crazy.
even though I had just did. I don't know what I just did. It was something one hard workouts I had just did. I was tired. Oh, it was the bear crawls.
The bear crawls.
It's
yeah,
what I
'cause
had
you-
just did.
the bear
But hold
cross
on,
was
was
the
it-
worst thing.
Was it bear crawls? Nah, it had to been
No, it was the bear crawls. We did the bear
The
crawls.
bear
then I
crawls
went
and the run?
outside,
Yeah,
that's
the
right,
bear
that's
cross
right.
and the run.
Inside.
Yeah.
and then you
we
do
did
the
the
tire
tires.
flips.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So and them bear crawls was monstrous.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was tough. It just felt like it was never gonna end. Like you're going,
Bro, it
you're
was
bear
the
crawling
longest stretch
backwards
ever.
and you're
I've
like,
never did bear crawls that long.
This is what
When does it
happened.
stop?
Let me just, for any young person watching that's in shape,
they're like,
Stay.
what are you doing?
just stay in shape.
Yeah,
Okay, just get the $10 Platinum Fitness if you've got
And
to.
just
Whatever
stay.
you
Yeah,
do,
man.
stay in
Just
shape.
do it.
Because getting back in shape is
It's a monster.
It's a
It's
monster.
tough, especially when you're 30 plus.
Yeah, that's me. I'm
It's
30.
very
I'm
difficult.
34.
Yeah, we're all up there.
Yeah, I'm. I
getting
know,
there.
bro. You know the crazy thing about being 34 is I thought I was 33. Like that's how you
hilarious.
know you old. You know, like when you young.
Yeah,
when
You
you,
start forgetting. No, for real.
Yeah.
I was like, wait
They
a minute,
did
am I
an
turning
interview.
32 or 33
yeah,
this
it's
year?
like you gotta do math. It's like
I'm like,
like,
man,
They did
when
an
did that
interview that
happen?
was like
when you were in your 20s and like your teens, like you were looking forward
like
to
you
the next
know when you
number.
turning
Oh, yeah.
18. I'm 18.
Yeah.
I'm 18. You never
turning
gonna forget.
21. We was looking
Yeah.
forward
Yeah,
to
you ain't never
21.
gonna forget, bro.
But you know
get-
what? Honestly, like my 20s, I forgot a lot of them.
My
must
20s
have
were
been-
cool, but
You
I was
sound like an
broke.
alcoholic.
I wasn't doing it.
I
Like,
was
I
broke.
I wasn't drinking.
Was you broke in your 20s?
Yeah.
I was broke in my 20s.
I wasn't broke.
I
in my
didn't get
20s.
money until probably about 28, I think.
I didn't have no financial struggles until I got towards my 30s.
Yeah, you doing it back. You doing it backwards.
I get, to me, it's just like I feel like I wasn't doing enough in my like mid 20s. Like the end of my 20s was like kicking up, and then like, cause like I got married and everything.
yeah.
But like early, wasn't doing nothing.
Yeah, no, it definitely wasn't.
I was just
I enjoyed my 30s way more.
yeah.
And
oh,
that's
for
why
sure.
I be like looking at people like 45. I feel like you living a good
yeah,
life.
like late 20s and 30s have been lit.
yeah.
I ain't gonna lie.
I could imagine.
I'm looking forward
where
to
my money gonna be at
35,
in 10
40
years,
old.
like-
Like I feel like I'm gonna be on
you know who
chill
I'm
mode.
envious of? People that's retired.
Yeah, I feel you.
You
Bro,
know what I'm
if they
saying?
did
They
it
be
right,
going
they
on
are really living a good-
cruises. They ain't
Last
got no
cruise we went
boss to
on-
answer to. Like,
Last cruise we went on, we get off the cruise and I'm walking with Ty, and we're talking to this couple, and they're like, "Yeah, we're getting off this ship. We're going to that ship over there." I'm like, "You getting off a 7-day cruise
Yeah,
to literally walk on a
They living
7-day
that good
cruise?"
life.
I said, "Oh my
Yeah.
goodness."
7 days is too much
Listen,
though. I did
if
7 day
I'm
cruise.
hopping, if I'm cruise hopping in my 30s, I'm probably gonna blow up to at least like 320.
Yeah,
Like there's no
Hey,
way.
yeah,
and I have
cruising-
never been on a cruise, but I know
You ain't never
like,
been?
Oh, bro,
Never.
hey,
we're trying to.
ain't nothing to do but eat.
That's what I'm saying.
Like,
Has,
hey, you can
has
eat all
Karina
day.
been on a cruise?
She has, but she was like really young when she went.
Nah,
We're planning one.
You
We're
gotta,
planning one.
We
We're
doing
doing
it a
a
3
cruise.
good guy cruise.
Yeah, we're doing a cruise.
Yeah.
Oh, lock it in. There you go.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
doing a
We're
cruise.
gonna do a live from the cruise ship.
From the
Three Good
cruise
Guys
ship.
episode.
We're gonna. Hey,
Lock it in.
I got $100 for whoever jumps off the balcony into the ocean.
Okay, you can keep that $100. You ain't never getting
Nobody,
that
no
money away.
takers.
You said a what? $100 to jump off the cruise ship?
Yeah, but into the ocean though, like into the water. You be straight.
Nah, I'm good.
Yeah, you ain't there. You ain't gonna survive that.
Yeah, open water and me. Not like that.
Can you
Nah.
swim?
Yeah, I can swim.
We already know he can.
Not
swim.
well, but I can swim.
I can't tread water. That's the funny thing.
He can't swim, bro. You know
No,
you can't swim.
literally, like if I need to go from here to there, I can do that.
Yeah, if
I
you
can't just-
jump.
I can't stay here.
I said the dude can't swim.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I can't swim. I ain't
I'm
gonna lie
not you,
about it.
so you no need to lie about me.
I
I can move around in the
bet.
pool.
I bet. I
You
got a
done
pool at my
struck a
house.
nerve.
I got a pool at my. Ain't no nerve struck. I can't
I'm
swim.
saying he done.
Oh, I'm
I
about to
don't
say,
like when people lie on me.
I don't like when
man.
people
It
lie
don't
on
feel
themselves. I know this dude
Okay,
can't swim.
Bet me $100.
You can
All
swim
right.
from one end of the pool to the other.
Guys,
Bet me
we're gonna-
$100.
No, answer the question.
Yes.
This is the
Hold on.
bet.
No, wait. Let me garner this, guys. This is what we're gonna do.
Yeah, let's do
You're
this.
gonna shake on this bet. On the next episode,
We can
we'll
swim
have a clip.
tomorrow.
We're gonna have a clip of Leonard. I mean, of Miles swimming or not.
Oh wait. One question.
No floaties allowed. No.
No, it's about floaties. If I get tired halfway through, does that still count as swimming, or
No.
is it like?
No, you gotta
didn't-
make it
You
all
gotta
the way.
make it across.
'Cause that's a long. I don't know how big the pool is. Is what I'm
The
saying.
pool, the pool at your house.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Oh yeah, run that.
Yeah.
You got my cash app.
Yeah.
Wow.
Hey, go ahead and send
Hey,
that
I
right
just got
now.
$100.
Hey, cash in.
Nah.
Cash out.
I'm not even worried. I'm not even worried. I
He's
know
Just
this
like when
dude.
Marquise
Listen, how
bet me
much
that
you
I
bet
couldn't
he
touch
not
the
gonna-
rim. This is good.
What?
Can I get in on that action, please?
What?
I know you
What?
can't touch the rim.
Not right now. I said when he did. It happened already.
When
I'm
did
not
he
in
touch the
shape.
rim?
This was years ago, bro. When we was in Vegas
Okay, where's my phone?
for the
Hold on.
reunion.
Hold on. Hold on.
Miles and touch
You
the rim
bet-
just doesn't compete.
You bet Marquis.
But low key,
Yes.
low key, Miles was getting up like back then when he was in better shape. He was getting up.
Yes.
Whoa.
Yes.
Because
Yeah,
I got to get to the
call-in.
bottom of this.
Tell him he on the show. No, wait. Let me call. My thing's connected.
No,
to-
I don't need you to call.
I'm saying I'm connected.
I
to
don't
the
care.
broadcast.
Nah.
Hello?
Yo, bro, what's good?
I literally just got into the house.
I'm not gonna keep you long. Look, I'm on the show. We
Yeah.
live. We
Three
live
Good
right
Guys
now.
podcast.
All right, Miles said he bet you once when y'all was in Vegas that he could touch the rim, and he touched it. Is this true?
And you called Little Nate afterwards.
Yeah, I believe. I'm trying to remember.
He
Told
touched
you.
the rim, not the net.
The
he touched
rim,
the
bro.
rim. Let the man
Yeah,
answer.
no, not grabbed it. He touched it.
Told
It
you.
wasn't a grab.
I didn't say I grabbed it. I said I touched the rim.
Okay, well that's better than I thought he did. Okay, hey, I'm glad I didn't bet
When
on
I
that
say
one.
I had bounce, yeah, because he just lost $100.
I didn't believe him.
He
But
said I
listen,
can't
hey,
swim.
listen, we got a bet going right now, and he gonna do it tomorrow because you know they got that pool over there that he could swim from one end of the pool to the other.
Hey, you want to
Yeah,
get in on a
right.
bet too?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, 32 can't swim. Yo.
$100.
I don't know. We
Hello?
good.
$100. The bet is $100.
You're
Yes.
with no life jacket.
I said
Bro.
the same thing. No floaties.
I said the only thing I can't do is tread water, but I can swim from one point to the next. That's
Alright.
not a problem.
All right, bro. I'm
Well,
gonna
hold on.
let you
We gotta put like a timer on this.
All
Like,
right.
All right,
No,
please,
because
please.
I ain't in shape. I can't do a timer. Like
He can't swim.
that's why I
bro.
asked you. I said if I make it like halfway or like because I don't know. I don't remember how. But I've never been in that
Please
pool.
tune in for. Oh, we not recording for
no,
a
we just gotta
minute.
listen.
You can.
Oh, just don't
you can
upload
bring the
this one
camera
yet.
and record it though.
But I'm saying like we ain't gonna be. We not
No,
uploading
it's
again.
gonna be on the next episode.
All right, bet.
Yeah, be on this.
I mean, we can see about recording before in time. We can talk about that.
We
After.
can talk about that after, but put your junk in the put it in the comment section if you think Miles can swim.
record him.
I mean,
give
low
me
key,
my
Miles is sounding a little confident.
He
so,
sound real
bro,
confident.
I'm thinking maybe
I
he
didn't know
got
he
it.
could touch the rim. I'll
Should I
admit to
counter?
that.
Should I counter
money.
bet? Should I side bet?
No, bet. I
Should
want
I
the
bet
same
on you?
bet I gave him. I want you to bet me, just like he bet me. That's what I'm.
I don't know.
That's
I
all
already,
right.
I already
I
got
mean,
100 out.
Listen,
so, you
I'm
know.
trying to make money here. So if you're confident like that, I might.
When was the last time you went swimming?
When I was called Tiana. When we were in yeah, I forgot.
Was she
Belize.
holding you up?
Nah, when we were in Belize, she
Oh.
did save a kid's life though.
I don't.
2 kids.
Dang.
Dang.
Real talk.
Oh,
we,
that turned.
we was out there, was on the beach, and one kid started like drowning, and he was like panicking. His brother was trying to save him, but because he was panicking, he was like grabbing the other kid down, and Tiana was right there. Say both
That's
of them.
why I don't play with water. You know what I'm saying? If it's more than I can drink, it needs to be in the shower.
For real.
Keep it simple.
Yep.
But yeah, so that's when Tiana found out that I can't swim. I cannot tread water. Now she said I swim funny, but I swim.
It's all right. As long as
Hey,
you,
man.
Hey, swimming
Whatever
funny.
works.
Hey,
I'm
whatever
about to
works.
swim funny to $100. This is the
Hey,
easiest,
whatever works.
easiest $100 ever
hey,
made.
Hey, and he not gonna get it, but
What do you mean I'm not gonna get it? No, hold on. What? No.
I ain't saying you're not gonna get it. Like I'm talking about you're not gonna win it. Like
Yeah, he don't believe you.
yeah, that's what
Oh,
I'm
yeah, I'll
saying.
get $100
Yeah. Come on. Anyway,
Yeah.
Easy money.
easy, buddy.
Y'all gotta
money.
record that.
this
send
is
that to me.
recorded. You ain't gotta
Yes,
worry about
I
that.
bet.
Yeah. We can do that tomorrow. All right, where else are we going with this? That took a left turn. I wasn't looking for that.
Yeah,
Definitely did.
I didn't know I was gonna
We're
earn
talking
$100
about
out of nowhere.
cruises. We're talking about a lot of things. But anyways, let's just get into some other stuff.
Yeah.
Well,
let's get
there
to
is
some-
one other thing, but first,
Yeah.
real talk though. 3 Good Guys podcast cruise.
I'm down.
No, we could do it for sure.
Okay,
You
yeah,
know?
because I do enjoy.
My life is getting better. You know, it's It's looking up.
I do enjoy a good cruise. All right, so another thing we was gonna talk about is folks that hear from God.
Bro, just get out of here, bro.
Ooh.
Everybody in the church is a prophet now. And I'm not even talking about the prophets. I'm
Just
talking
the
about just
people.
the people.
Bro, I be hearing folks saying,
Sorry, go ahead. I'm sorry, I got excited.
no, go ahead. You excited? You excited? Good, do your thing.
I was online, yo. And this girl was like, y'all know how much I love Starbucks. Well, God told me don't go to Starbucks today. And I was like, but God, I won't. First of all, hold on. If I know God is telling
Bruh.
me not to go to Starbucks,
Bruh.
there is no but God. That
Yeah.
already lets me know you and God's relationship needs some working on.
Yeah.
You know, like there's certain things you might say but God about, but it ain't over no $9
Starbucks.
coffee. You know what I'm saying? Cool. It's all right. Dutch Bros it is. Like we not doing Starbucks.
I
Like,
feel you.
that was the first part. But secondly, there was no follow up. It was just like, so when God tell you, you know, not to do something, don't do it. And I was like, was there a shooting at Starbucks? Like, why did he tell you not to go to Starbucks? Like, what happened? And I'm just like, and why is that what he talking to you about?
Of all things,
You just,
Interesting.
y'all just be casually.
I had somebody tell me, I won't say who. Somebody told me that the Lord told them to download oh my gosh, on their phone, a VPN. The Lord told them to download a VPN.
Oh,
A
they doing some
specific
illegal stuff. That's why.
VPN said the Lord told her to do it.
Why?
And I was like,
a VPN.
yeah,
Of
on
all
the
the
phone.
things.
You know what's crazy, bro? When I read my Bible and God talks to people, he talks to people for people.
Facts.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
It's
He talks
hardly
to
ever.
you to give a message to Israel. He talks to you to tell these people this. There's nowhere in the Bible where God be like, hey, yo, just don't eat that chicken. Just get some other chicken. Like, that's not in the Bible. But everybody,
You can have like a discerning moment to be like,
a
there's
discerning
something off.
moment. Exactly.
Something off with this chicken. That could be the Holy
Yeah,
Ghost helping you
but
out.
everybody now hear God for themselves.
You know what gets me when people be like, prophesy this to your neighbor. Prophesy for who am I speaking for?
Mm-mm.
When you prophesy, you're speaking for somebody. Who am I speaking for? I'm speaking for God now. You told me to say this. You didn't even say you heard this
well,
from
you
God.
prophesying from my power. That's what they say.
Like,
they
like,
said, I got the power. You prophesy from me.
folks really be like just hearing everything.
I don't think people understand
So
what
we're just
prophecy is.
prophesying by proxy. Huh?
Yeah, that's
by
what
proxy.
it is.
That's crazy.
That's wild.
I mean, I don't understand.
Yeah,
I was
that-
telling them how like I don't have the experience of saying like I believe God said this often. That's not a thing. At least
Mhm.
not for me. It's like a once, maybe twice in my life, I feel like, oh, this came from God. Do this because this is what he wants. Other than that,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Like,
that.
you could say, like, you could be honest, be like, man, I had a real strong urging. You know what I'm saying? Or I just discerned, or I had a feeling, you know. But people like, oh, you had a feeling that was God. Nah, you had a feeling.
Yeah,
People
I
have
I want to be
feelings.
quick to jump to that because there's so much damage you can do just by like.
Raise your hand if
Miss-
somebody told you who your spouse was supposed to be and it ain't the person you married. You ain't never got
Dang.
one?
No, I never got that one.
That's wild. You got one? Yeah. That's wild. You
Nah,
ain't
nobody
You
ever
ain't
told me.
Kojic.
Yeah, you ain't.
Yeah, that's Kojic 101, bro. I
Uh-huh.
don't know what you doing.
Not nobody ever told
Yeah,
me. who
that's
my
you
wife
might
was
have
gonna
one
be.
coming up.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what?
Yeah.
There might have been.
The fact that you gotta think about it is crazy.
There might
to
have
me.
been one, but they didn't say this who your wife's supposed to be. But it was like you should probably talk to this person.
Man, I can remember. I can remember people be like, "God told me that's your wife," and I was excited because I really believed it at the time. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was a kid, you know, whatever. And I was like, "Oh shit! Well, look at God taking care of stuff. One less thing to worry about," you know. But
If God told you, you should be like Prophet Gosselin. Prophet Gosselin be like, "This ain't me. This is God. You can write this down, take it to the bank."
yeah,
Would I bet on it? Yeah,
yeah.
I'll absolutely bet on
Yeah,
it.
some
Mm.
gangster
I'm gonna
stuff.
start asking people like, "Would you bet on that? Like, how much money would you put on that? Because if it's God, then you should be just like Him."
Yeah, that's just wild. We gotta stop doing that.
Nah, definitely have to stop. And I think people get just carried away because, especially they know you, you know, and then they see something that they think they like and everything. And they're just like, that would just be so powerful.
Yeah.
You guys would just be so powerful.
Well,
and-
what's
power
what's
couple.
wrong with saying
Yeah.
like y'all look good together? What's
Yeah.
wrong with
Bruh.
that?
There's
That's
nothing
a
wrong with that.
Good, solid statement. You know
That's
what I'm
just
saying?
a good sound. You know what? This is my opinion,
This is my
and I'm gonna
opinion.
let you know.
Y'all look really good together. I think you guys would be powerful together. That sounds great.
I might turn it on their head one time. If somebody comes to me again, they're gonna get prophesied to back.
Prophesied to back.
Yeah, I'm gonna be like, you know what? I heard a counter prophecy from the Lord.
Ooh, not a
I think God
counter-prophecy.
said no. I'm not supposed to. What do you have to say?
What's that, Lord?
What's
She's
that?
lying.
The Lord, huh? Was that you, God? I think I just heard him. Let me
Oh,
tell him what
man.
he told me.
Yeah, I'm always skeptical when people prophesy. Like I said, especially when you look at prophecy in the Bible, like it wasn't always like, oh, your car's around the corner. Like there's no prophecies like that. So why our prophecies don't match what we see in the Bible?
Well, no, that's not a prophecy. He had a dream. Never mind. I was gonna say something that kind of happened, and then it wasn't even like, hey, you about to have a house. It was a King Nebi in the Bible. If you don't know who that is, that's King Nebuchadnezzar. Nebuchadnezzar.
I'm about to say there's no Nebuchadnezzar.
Man, this man gave him two.
I be giving nicknames for my
Nicknames.
boys in the Bible.
Uh-huh.
But
He
yeah,
don't even
when-
know you like that though.
You sure don't.
Not to
It
be
is.
calling him Nebby Chad.
And
don't
he
want
would have
that
threw
name.
you in the fire. How's that
King
your
Nebi.
boy?
He would have cooked you. For
Nah,
real.
Yeah,
nah.
for real.
He only would have did that if I came before Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. After that, he would have been loving the fact that I was serving that God.
I don't know. He was kind of a psychopath.
He was crazy.
He was.
But you saw what happened after
the
they did
man
that,
was
though.
out there for 7 years
Mm.
That's
because he went cuckoo for
he
Cocoa
did go
Puffs.
crazy.
He did.
But that's what I was going to get to though. So the prophecy was, so he had the dream saying pretty much he was going to go crazy and lose everything for X amount of time, and then he'll be able to come back later on. But it says also like, hey, I forgot the exact words, but it's something like, hey, just repent and turn from your ridiculousness, and you don't really have to go through that. That's like the only time it's like to a person like, hey, you
Yeah.
personally can experience something better in life.
Yeah.
But he didn't listen because
Yeah, like I'm not saying like God won't prophesy to a person, and I'm not saying God won't prophesy something good to a person. Like I love a good prophecy. Don't get me wrong, but I'm just saying some of y'all prophecies just be a little frivolous.
yeah,
super
A guy told me
frivolous.
wear the pink shirt today. Did he? Did he really?
yeah. I don't know.
Were you feeling pink shirt today? Like, yeah.
Was
you-
the pink shirt the only thing you had clean in the closet?
Would you consider that a prophecy though? Like if somebody says the Lord told me something,
Yes,
like to themselves,
yes, that's prophecy.
about themselves.
That's definition of prophecy.
I'm just trying to play the white man's advocate.
Yeah, I
here.
mean that's cool. I like it, but that's definition of prophecy right there. So,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's weird.
I knew that.
Do you
answer,
guys
by
do you
the way.
guys know anybody that you would consider a prophet?
Yeah.
Gonsolin has been pretty accurate on some things.
Mm.
When he looked at Brandon, told Brandon what kind of kids he was gonna have,
Okay.
and then they came out like that. That was
Yeah, I've seen some accurate prophecies too. I was just curious
Yeah.
because some people don't believe in it at all, and I'm like, I'm not that far. You know what I'm saying? I believe God still speaks, but I just think He's not speaking to you.
don't the
So-
Bible
True.
say that those things are gonna happen until Christ returns, something like that.
I mean, there's a whole different train of thought. What's it called? Sensationalism.
Yeah, that they don't believe in.
They don't
nothing.
believe in it. Yeah,
Mhm.
and they have scripture for it. It just depends on how you interpret it. I can respect people that have scripture, even if I don't interpret it the way you interpret it. I can respect it if I can see how you came to that conclusion.
For sure.
I just don't like when people just be, I feel. Like
Yeah.
that's one thing I don't ever want to hear in the pulpit is the words I feel. I don't care how you feel. What the Bible say. You know what I'm saying?
Give me Bible.
Yeah.
Well, I do like when preachers get up there and say, "I feel," when it's time to
feel like going on.
Exactly.
I
When it's time to go into the
feel
benediction.
like go-
That's a
I
patented
feel good
Bishop
singing.
Donald H. Butler. I feel.
Oh yeah,
Like at the end of
yeah, you're right. You're right.
Hey, it's so funny. My brother-in-law. Shout out to my brother-in-law. Hopefully you see this episode. But it was funny. Like he called my wife and he was telling her something. I won't say exactly what he said, but then he was just like, "Yeah, me and so talked, and everything is good, and we're all set. I feel." Like basically, he was like, "Yeah, it
that's
worked out."
Yeah, that's it. I like that.
That's
Yeah,
hilarious.
you can say I feel if that's where we're going with that for sure. You
For
can
sure.
say
You got
I
that.
feel.
Shout out to Uncle Donald.
You still looking up this verse?
Yeah. Because I want to be sure.
ChatGPT would have gave it to you by
Yeah.
now.
No, it did, but I wanted to read it to get the context.
He didn't want to.
Verified.
He didn't want to put his faith in Chat GPT.
Absolutely.
He wanted to put it in the Lord.
because ChatGPT would tell you some stuff,
And
and it
who,
might
and
quote it
who
right.
made ChatGPT?
God did.
That's right. Shoot.
Y'all crazy. Anyways, yeah, let's talk for a second. I just want to verify this real quick.
We talking.
All right, cool. So we can talk about some other things here.
Let's talk about our trip. We recently took a trip
Absolutely.
Yeah, we did.
to Austin. It's been, let me just tell you, I really appreciate you, man. It's good hanging out with you, man.
Yeah, man. Appreciate
Yeah,
y'all.
I don't get out much, so
Yeah,
that
it
was
a
good.
time.
Yeah, that was a good time. We like we said, we gotta get our itinerary. Let the wives plan it next time.
Mhm.
But we went down. Miles did a couple episodes of how pastors are made,
Mhm.
and there was an episode. Can I say what? I'm not gonna spoil the show, but I just want to say what
She does?
Yeah,
Go ahead.
he had a how do you say it? I'm gonna let you say it.
She's a sex coach.
He had a sex coach.
Wow.
Intimacy and wellness coach.
Intimacy and
Now,
wellness depend on
specifically
Yeah.
for married couples.
yeah,
Yeah.
for married couples.
She
She's
was
a
for
pastor,
married
you know.
couples.
But that was
That was interesting.
that was interesting. She got to come on the podcast.
You want to bring her on the podcast?
Oh, absolutely,
Bro, she will come.
absolutely. Because
Yeah.
we could get a little reckless on this show sometimes.
She will. She would love to be
This-
on the podcast.
Man, yeah. So,
yeah, that'd be fun.
but no, she was saying some good stuff about helping married couples, and I listen.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I
I'm not
think
gonna
her
lie.
services are needed.
Yeah. She needs to be speaking in a whole lot of churches. To be honest
Yeah, I
with
think
you.
her services are needed.
Like when that episode drops, I really
Listen,
That's
yeah.
episode.
I'm gonna
married
just
folks
say,
need to listen
because
to.
when y'all
For
watch
sure.
it, I'm trying to get y'all to watch the show. I'm about to get my wife a Sephora gift card, and it's gonna be a black card. No limit.
No
You hear me?
limits?
No limit.
Yeah.
Whatever
Y'all,
you want,
y'all,
man.
y'all get that
That's
later.
Y'all get that later.
Y'all get that later.
Yeah.
Y'all
Oh, that's
yeah.
not on the show. That was after the show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was
Oh,
after.
okay. Well, I'll tell y'all after he posted.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I can't lie though. The stuff she was saying, it's not like, oh, that's just sensational. It was like, nah, this is people's
it was-
marriages is gonna change on
Yeah,
based
it was,
off of
it
this.
was
Yeah,
teaching
for
you
sure.
to love yourself, to love your spouse,
Mhm.
how to feel. You know, what's right. Yeah, it was good. It was good stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
definitely.
It's really marriage saving work that she's doing.
Exactly. I think a lot of it is just taboo in the sense that people don't want to talk about intimacy between the two. They're like, that should be for the man and wife to figure out.
because
And I'm
of
just
purity
like-
culture.
Exactly. And that's the thing. It's like before you knew how to put deodorant on your armpits, somebody had to tell you how to do it.
Somebody has
Right?
to tell you.
Or
But
they was gonna talk
or
about
you was gonna be funky.
Yeah.
You was gonna be putting deodorant on top of funk and being
Mercy.
funky out here.
Yeah.
And they gonna talk about you if you
Man,
funky.
listen, my parents didn't teach me how to put on deodorant for like the first 5 years of my of my teenage life. I'm
Ooh,
putting
you was one
deodorant
of
on
them.
funk.
Oh, you
I'm
was one of
home.
them.
Man, listen. And I'm like, wait a minute. So this is how you do it. Now I'm stretching it a little bit. It wasn't that long. You know, a lot of times if you're a boy, you was funky just because you was a boy. You just
Bro,
wanted to
I
run
done
around.
had some times when I washed under my armpits and just threw the towel away.
That's
The
crazy.
whole towel was
Man,
funky.
that's-
I was
hold
like,
on,
I ain't never
Yeah,
heard of
that's
that.
just-
That's
my
another
bad.
level.
I ain't even want to wash
You
that
must have had
towel,
something
bro.
else going on,
Listen,
brother.
hey.
Was you washing without soap? You just water and
Bro,
towel,
I'm
hoping.
just telling you.
Yeah, that's
like,
tough.
Hey, it is what it is.
Something had to have been wrong with the
Sometimes-
towel
That's
before.
some potent stuff right there.
Y'all ain't never had a stanky towel when y'all
No,
finish?
no, I don't know nothing about that.
I mean, yeah, I've
you're a
had-
better man than me, bro. You know what I'm saying?
But you know,
I
it
mean,
get
I was
washed.
clean. The towel was dirty.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, for sure. Anyways,
I don't even know.
But yeah,
Too
like
honest.
I think that culture or in and around that are presenting that. Of course, it needs to be presented in
Purity
the
culture.
right way.
correct. Which is why
Not
she's
not
important.
purity culture, but like what she does just needs to be presented in the correct way. And I ain't gonna lie, like it's gonna be a little bit controversial as far as what people's take on.
well, I like
what
some
it is that she
controversy. We
does.
got a button for controversy.
I
Let me
mean,
see.
hold up. No. You
Oh, I done
wrong
messed
with
them wrong.
They done
It don't matter
searching for
anyways.
controversy, but
Yeah,
that.
we'll look- that's not
Yeah,
a
that's
controversy.
not it.
That's,
That's-
that's
you
not
know,
it. That
yeah.
was bad
Okay, we
actually.
actually don't have
yeah,
anything.
drop one of
bad.
clues bombs for
Oh, we got
controversy.
we got a bomb, no?
I'm not sure, but I did like it.
That was decent.
Yeah, I did
It
like
wasn't
Yeah, that's
clue,
all we got. We
but it's
haven't
cool.
loaded it up yet.
Yeah, we'll fix that later.
But yeah, it's because of what she does, it's gonna present a lot of controversy, and I already have a feeling of a lot of people in the church who are not gonna really like what it is that
because
she does.
my issue with the way sex is viewed in church, sex is viewed as bad. Sex is not bad.
Sex is good.
Sex is good. Perverted sex.
It's bad.
It's
it's
bad.
bad.
And anytime you're having sex with someone you're not married to, that's perverted.
Bad.
So that's why we got to teach people like sex is good and
Mm-hmm.
enjoyable. More pastors should be like, listen, They ain't gotta get graphic, but they should be like, listen, let me tell you something. When you get your spouse, enjoy your spouse. Everything about your spouse, enjoy. That's what
Ain't
the
the
Song of
Bible say
Solomon
that?
is about.
It's enjoy her breast in her youth. That's what your Bible
But
tells
we
you
treat
to
it like,
do.
oh my gosh, he said breast. Don't say breast. It's like, y'all weird. So then you get people who's supposed to spend 19, 20, 25 years of their life thinking sex is bad, and then they get married, and they're supposed to just flip a switch. Oh, it's good now. It was bad yesterday, it's
Yeah.
good today. No.
It's gonna be tough for them to
Oh.
transition into, especially if their man or spouse is like wanting that, you know.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And so I do actually appreciate her having I think it's intimacy and wellness title, because it is actually more than just sex.
Mhm. For sure.
Though sex is a piece of it.
Yeah.
And she is unashamed about that. But that's probably the more sensational part of it all. But it is more than that. It is truly working on your intimacy with your spouse. And if you have a problem being intimate with your spouse in a way that your spouse is happy and vice versa, then y'all got a problem in the marriage. And problems like that, where there's no intimacy, I can see some massive, massive issues coming down the hill.
Yeah, I know a couple going through some really hard times right now. They talking divorce on the table, and it's all stemmed from that. Like that's
From
what it's
intimacy.
stemmed
Or
from.
a lack of it.
From lack of intimacy. And I'm like,
You know,
that's-
if it's not one
sucks.
thing, it's gonna be another. That's what I feel like when it comes to relationships. We'll talk about that a little bit more right now. Like, you know, people.
almost got myself in
Don't
trouble.
get in
Yeah.
trouble.
Yeah, don't get in
That's why I
trouble.
always have to like pause and think a little
Don't
bit before
get
I
in
go.
trouble.
But when people get with people and like worldly folks, most of the time it's just like, oh, I gotta test it before I buy it, and like all that kind of stuff when it comes to intimacy and sex or even living together. Like people are like, we gotta live together for a year before we get married. And I'm just like, just be married for that year. I don't know.
Just go ahead and just get married.
But I feel like when it comes to relationships, because you mentioned about divorce and stuff like that, like I feel like when you come over one hump or get over one thing or like solidify one thing, and you're like, okay, once we get over this, like I think we'll be good. And then like, here comes the next thing. You know what I mean? And
Marriage is constant, bro.
Yeah.
It's constant.
So that's what I mean by if it's not one thing, it's another. Like, prayerfully, that couple gets together and they're able to figure out the intimacy part. But then it's just like,
There will be something else.
There will be something else.
Yeah.
But here's I think the reason why intimacy specifically is such a big deal is because intimacy is a piece that can help you get over all the other stuff. It makes it easier to get through all the other stuff.
Yeah, you're
Because
right.
if you
got
take
that right.
with all the
you
other
know
things
what? I
that
ain't even
marriage,
gonna be mad about that today. You know, I'm gonna let that slide.
but like
Yeah.
for real, if you take that piece out of marriage and then you have to deal with all the other stuff that you deal with in the marriage, it's gonna get extremely.
Yeah, you're right. Intimacy is like some Novocaine. It will.
It don't take the problem away, but you can get through it.
Yeah, that's a pretty good observation. But like you were saying though, Junior, like when it comes to marriage, there's always something, and that's not a bad thing or anything. But when you're doing life with someone else, you always have to calibrate all the time.
For sure.
A person changes. Now you got to calibrate to that. You change. They got to calibrate to that. Situations change. We got to calibrate to that. So it's never just like perfect smoothness. But when you grow through things together, you become better people and you get to enjoy the growth that you've had. That's why people that be calling themselves married and they ain't married, that really bothers me.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, you ain't.
You don't even know what you're talking about.
Yeah, bro, we fight for marriage. Like, marriage is work every day.
It's
you don't get to
very
jump in
tough.
my club. Got somebody in mind. I ain't gonna put them on blast.
Ooh,
I'm gonna ask them about it though,
dang.
because y'all not married.
We're practically married.
Yeah, it's not
Practically married is
Like,
practically
wait,
not
hold on.
married.
Do you live in the same household? Are they your dependent on
Are they your
things?
dependent?
What's
If
the-
you
or
pass
vice
away,
versa?
do all of your assets go to them?
What's the consequences if you leave?
Exactly.
If ain't no consequences for leaving, you ain't married.
That's,
That's
what
right.
I'm saying.
And then if you're a Christian, you're now in covenant not with just your spouse, but you made a proclamation
Yeah,
of covenant
to
with
God.
God.
Come on now.
And if you haven't done that, you ain't married.
Nah.
Yeah.
And if I don't have the rights to it's something people forget about marriage. Part of the reason why you have to have witnesses there so that there's people that can say, "Now, did this happen?" but that they can hold you to it. And if nobody got the right to hold you to this relationship and you should be doing this, you ain't married.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I love being married though.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know I was gonna like
I
it that
can't wait
much.
till
I
my
would
wife
have
get
did it.
home.
I would have. I feel it. I would have got married sooner
To get home today.
if I would have known it was that. Just great. I would have got married sooner for sure.
For real? That's really how you feel about it?
100%. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I
definitely
would have
100%.
too. I mean, I know why I didn't, because I was just irresponsible.
Yeah, I mean, there's always
Uh,
that. Like, you got to be ready for marriage too.
Yeah. But if I would have got myself together a little bit better, if I was just a little bit more disciplined earlier on.
Yeah, but
I
I
would've
didn't
got
get married
married
till
sooner.
32 though. I was older when I got married. I definitely could have did it.
What was that, 25, 26?
Yeah, you was young.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was a little youngin.
I would have
Y'all
got
had a
married at
good wedding, too.
21.
Well, the one I was actually
Man, you
invited
know what?
to.
Well, if God didn't
If
open my eyes,
if I could go
to some
back in
stuff-
time, I wouldn't have done that wedding like that. I ain't gonna lie, because we were already married.
For real? What would you do
yeah,
different?
Yeah, I was already married.
We was already married, but I wouldn't have spent money.
Oh, just
Bro,
not at
let's-
all.
Let's
Okay,
just,
listen.
Let's just.
Because
I'll let you. I'll let you in.
Yeah. Hold
Listen,
hold
listen.
on.
I'll let you in. I'll give you my
Save
quick 2 cents.
Yo, money.
Save your money, but then this is it too, right? Like, I know y'all close and everything, and I can use this as an example because me and my wife were close and stuff years before we got married. So we felt like we knew each other. But let me just let you know, when it comes to the wedding, it ain't yours.
It ain't.
It's not
I
your
already
wedding.
know that.
You know that part, right? But like, know it more, okay? Because listen,
There's only one thing that I want, and that's a ring.
true.
Everything else,
You already got a good idea.
Yep.
You already
everything
got
else,
a,
I
you,
talk-
you're
and
doing
she-
well right now.
So
Hold
here's the
on,
thing, though,
but
she'd be
wait,
like-
but
Okay,
wait,
okay, my
let
bad,
me
my bad.
finish.
Let the
Yeah,
experience talk.
Let me
educate me,
finish. When you do everything, make sure, even if they don't make an inkling or a fuss about it in the time, make sure you support financially with your input and stuff. Even though you don't have to go, you can just say, "Hey, can we do this?" or whatever, right? And just defer to her still. But
Absolutely.
but
Super
financial and just support it as much as possible, because if you don't, and it don't matter what she's giving off, it's gonna come around. Okay, it's gonna come around and be like, wait a minute, but when this was happening, you
didn't say nothing.
listen. Just be as involved.
Smile and wave, boy.
Be
Yeah,
as
that's
involved. And
smile
she'd
and
be like, you
wave.
know what, baby, that's a great idea.
I like that.
You know what? I forget what I was talking about. She'd be like, no,
So
I
here's
really
the
want to
thing,
know your
though.
input. But nah, I just give me this 1 or 2 things here, and then boom,
So she really wants my input. Like, she wants to incorporate.
No, she doesn't. She wants you to think that. She don't want it.
She wants to incorporate my favorite color into it, and I'm like,
Oh, that's her consolation prize. There you go.
yeah.
Yeah,
You give her
I'll
that.
put your color in there, sure.
Yeah, she'll do that.
She said a lot of things that makes it feel like she really wants this to be a good wedding for me too, because even
Well,
though
that's
she,
good.
A good
so
wedding.
she didn't have the
Well,
It's a
then
good
again,
budget.
she's running it back, right?
yeah. So
Yeah.
So
her
she
first
got
time-
a different.
little
Okay,
different.
so she may be a little bit different.
Exactly. So her
I got you.
first wasn't all that she wanted to be, but she has been married before, and she's like, "This is the last one, and this is your own. Like, you don't have another one." And so,
Well, dang, you got 2. How come I can't?
It'll be another one with her.
Nah.
It'll be another one with her. There you go.
You know what I'm saying? Be renewing the vows.
Yeah, there
feel
you
me?
go. Mhm.
So yeah, she's like, even though I do want things, like she wants to finally experience her dream wedding that she didn't get to have.
Mhm.
She's also like,
Those are scary words.
bruh.
Scary. My
Yeah.
wallet starts to shake when I hear that.
Now you gotta think. Y'all know my wife. She's the most nonchalant.
Mm-hmm.
Even her. That's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm like, bro.
It's different. But of course, we got over that hump in regards to that. But that was a big,
was a
first
big
year issue.
So my mistake was I got married and bought a house at the same time.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
I
That's
think we
tough.
closed on our house July 22nd. And
You
we
know
got
the funny part about that?
what?
It's like that's normal for a lot of people that it's normal for a lot of people.
Yeah, yeah.
Palm people.
It ain't normal for
The
me.
other, the one side of the palm people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but
we-
it's not normal.
We closed on our house 30 days later. So it took all my dollars, bro.
Yeah.
And it took it for a long time. There wasn't
Listen.
no quick back up after
I
that.
haven't even proposed yet, and she trying to plan it.
Yeah.
And she trying to figure out how we can save money on this, on that. Who can do this for free? Who will donate? Like, she
Get a
doing
wedding planner
all
off
that.
rip. If you're gonna spend money on anything, spend money on a wedding planner. If you're gonna spend money on bro, if you're gonna spend money, spend it on a wedding planner.
I'm gonna spend money on a cruise ship. Okay, I'm gonna spend.
You know,
money
on a cruise wedding.
Listen, how about
It was whack.
honestly, like weddings are becoming more and more
I was just talking.
overrated,
I really don't care.
in my opinion. Like I said, if me and my wife
You're already
both,
married. You
both
can
agree,
say that. Yeah, I
Yeah,
agree
you're
100%,
right.
Yeah.
me and my wife both agree. Like we probably should have just like did something, like kept our small thing and just like went on a trip, or maybe had like a little, you know,
Oh, budget
a
for a
PO
honeymoon
box or something.
bro. That's what I
Budget
want.
for,
That's
like,
why I said to
put
spend money
the
on a
budget
cruise.
in the
Yeah.
honeymoon. Cause I loved our honeymoon. Like, bro, what we did was we went to Orlando, but we didn't take no bags, no clothes. We bought everything there. We just went shopping.
That's dope.
Even the bag, like we even bought the bag there.
Mhm.
I like that.
I ain't never did nothing like that
That's
in
some
my
boss
life.
stuff
He,
right
came,
there. To
he
be
pulled
honest
up to
with you.
Orlando with a single pair of drawers.
Yeah,
For
that's
real.
all I
No, we
got.
had to go shopping like day one.
Mhm.
Like day
but
one, we
but
had
I'm
to go
leaving with
shopping.
everything.
Mhm.
I
It
you know
was
what? I
dope,
feel
bro.
that.
So
That's cool. Did,
and
we,
I-
did
I
we do
might
a honeymoon
something
thing?
like that.
I don't know if we had a honeymoon. Like right after.
Our honeymoon was cool. Like we went to Orlando because I like Universal Studios. So like one of our dates, she took me to Universal Studios in California, and I loved it. Like it's just my favorite theme park. And so it was like, let's go to Universal Studios in Orlando. Like it's not your traditional honeymoon, but it was ours. So I would say just do what make you happy. 'Cause we had a great time.
Yeah,
I'd love to do that again.
So we took a cruise, and it was her first cruise, and she is completely hooked on that.
I love a good
like,
cruise.
That's
I
cool.
really think if we got married on a cruise, she would be satisfied.
I think that is actually an affordable route.
Mhm.
it is, and you know they
You
got
might
stuff
wanna look
that
into
that
that.
looks
Do
nice
that.
too.
Nah, the cruises be doing their
It looks
thing.
nice, and then you get
I
the
wouldn't do
7-day
Carnival
vacation
though.
right there.
I wouldn't do
you know-
Carnival.
you
but
know what-
Virgin though,
That's what I'm saying. I wouldn't do Carnival.
You know what the benefit of like doing these type of things with your significant other is, like if you're actually cool with your wife, like
Yeah.
like me and my
That's
wife
your
are
homie?
best friends. That's my homie.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
it's gonna be a good time.
It's gonna be a good time, and you don't even need to spend that much money if you don't want to. But the days when you do, it just makes it that much.
Yeah,
bigger.
it's gonna be crazy.
Yeah. Dang, I want to go back to Orlando.
So
That's,
yeah,
all, that's all I got out of all of this conversation.
You wanna go back
Get
to
Dang, I want to go back to
Orlando.
Orlando.
I gotta go to Naples or something, or like Destin.
I'm down. Shoot.
I'm going
I'm
to
ready to go anywhere.
I'm going to Miami
cool.
for my birthday.
I don't know about Miami.
Mm.
I've never been to Miami before.
Never been to Miami.
It's gonna be my first time.
Okay.
And
We
I
have
got
48.
I got a speedboat cruise.
You got anything left? One last
What?
One last hoorah.
hoorah.
Nah, yeah, we got some old man. How do you feel about Hispanics?
I love Hispanics.
Well, I'm from
Talking
Southern
about-
California. I think I'm part Hispanic culturally.
Shoot. I tell
Speaking
people
of
I'm
this.
Dominican all the time. I ask my wife. I be saying that all the time.
They believe you too.
Well, no,
huh?
I've been-
Yeah, I got good hair.
I've been seeing. I know we talked about this on our last time, but I want to kind of get more into this a little bit more. As
Mhm.
far as like on TikTok, I've been seeing in different like rooms or lives or whatever, people talking about black people supporting the struggle. Like, and this is not even just on the basis of this specific instance, but just supporting the community.
I've
like,
been seeing it. I
as a
guess the
whole.
argument is like black people have to fight and they fought by themselves for so long. And now that y'all got to fight, we going to stand on the sidelines. This is how I feel about that. If it's truly an injustice, you fight with people.
for sure.
I don't care their race. If there's an injustice going on, you fight with them. That's how I feel.
Yeah, I mean, there's not much more to that. Only other thing is this: if you feel like while black people are struggling today, whatever it may be, like I remember when Tamir Rice was killed. Was
Mhm.
it Tamir Rice with the hoodie and Skittles?
No, that was
Nah, that
Trayvon
was
Martin.
Trayvon Martin.
Tamir was the one that got shot playing with the
Yeah, with the
In
okay,
like-
so
in like
it was both
6
of them.
seconds.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was crazy. It was both of them. It was both Tamir and Trayvon Martin. A lot of people feel like black folks weren't supported by the other races of America. And if when somebody else goes through something, that's what comes back to you. I can't tell you how to deal with your I guess trauma, for lack of better words. But I would say this: if you feel something is wrong, it really don't matter what race.
That's what
it
I'm saying.
is.
If you're fighting an injustice, you're not fighting it.
a
in
people,
race.
yeah.
You get what I mean? So if there's an injustice going on, you fight the injustice. You don't be like,
Period.
oh, that injustice is not happening to me. Wrong is wrong.
Period.
Evil is evil. You
Period.
fight against evil. Like
Period.
you'll never be like, oh, well, the devil's wearing them out, so I'm good. Like, no, you pray for people. You know what I'm saying?
Period.
So that's how I feel about it. I think the issue is in this particular situation, I don't understand protesting, deporting. Because it's the law.
True.
And it's not an unjust
From
law.
From what I hear, it's not just deporting, it's the separation of families that people are mad at.
Then take your family with you. It's
I
that
mean,
simple.
It is
If you
simple,
gotta
but it's
leave,
easier said than done, honestly.
I get it, but here's the thing. You come to the country, you have a kid. The kids can stay, but you gotta go. Take your kid with you, then you won't be separated. They act like
True,
wait. I gotta get into this. I'm sorry. People are acting like someone's going into a family and they're just like, I'm separating you from your kids. No, I'm kicking you out the country. Do you want your kids to stay or do you want them to go with you? And it's that simple. And it would happen to anybody anywhere else. If I go to Canada, and I don't know if they have a birthright citizenship thing up there, but let's just say they do, and I have a baby up there, and then they was like, Leonard, you can't stay here. You got to get out. You got to go back to your home country. But your kid is a citizen. They can stay. I'm going to be like, no, my kid can't stay. My kid's coming with me. And there'd be no separation of family. The idea that they're not separating family. They're kicking out families and families just letting their kids stay. That's what's happening.
You're getting kicked out from Canada to go to America. That's like going from a C to an A+. Because Canada's trash.
Listen, and this is another thing. This is another thing I've been saying to people. Like, my ancestors came to this country. They were enslaved. They were raped. They were killed. They were forced to work for no pay. They did all that so I can reap the benefits of being in this country. You can't just walk across the border and then reap those benefits. What did you pay?
Yeah, hey, I'm not gonna lie.
I agree with you.
So a part of me has a lot of empathy because I know some people are coming here from terrible situations. But at the same time, I can go through my family lineage and get to the last slaves in the family. Even before the last slaves in the family. It's all documented. I know who the people are that owned my relatives. I know what that is. Granny was telling me one day about how our family ended up north because they decided to learn about voting. And when that happened, they got round up, beat up, and thrown in jail because they were learning about voting. So when they got out of jail, they immediately packed up their stuff and went north. They didn't spend no time doing nothing. Didn't spend another day. Didn't waste at all. So that's why we got family in Chicago and Michigan right now. Mm-hmm. So this is the things that our family went through so that we can enjoy living here. So when you experience that and then you say, yeah, somebody had a hard time in their country, they came over, and no, they're not citizens, no, they're not legal, but let them stay. I can understand somebody being like, I understand that they went through some hard stuff, but I don't mind them being sent back to where they're from because they're not here legally, especially since if you do go to other countries do deport. Yeah, other countries will say you got to get out. It's a hard line to
draw, but it has to be drawn because it's just a necessity.
There's hard things in life.
Yeah.
There's hard things in life. That's
all unfortunate. It's just like,
it's unfortunate.
If you burn a bridge, like, when you were 19 and then all of a sudden you're right about to hit your big break, right? In Hollywood or something. And then the producer ends up being the person you burned the bridge with because you did something that you probably weren't supposed to do. And they like, yeah, we're not letting you through. Mm-hmm. Unfortunate. You worked hard. You did all the things that you should do as a person to get there. You wanted the opportunity for your family and everything like that. But you made a bad decision back here and it's affecting you now. So a lot of these people that have got here illegally, 70s, 80s, whatever, and they had their whole family out here, they all citizens, but you still ain't. And now you're getting sent back and round up.
And there be people here 30 years.
Tough. It's tough. Like, listen, honestly, I'm going to be real. I'm going to be 100%. If it was up to me, let them stay. I don't care.
100%.
If it was up to me, like, give them grace.
I do not care.
Let them stay. But I understand why they're not.
Exactly.
Like I understand the latter. Like I understand. Like okay, well,
The only people that
Mhm.
I don't have too much, and I do still have some sympathy for them. Let's be clear, but I'm like, oh, that's kind of on you. Is folks like the guy that was dating our sister, his sister,
Mm-hmm.
who was here before him, never became a citizen, but he's a citizen now. They're from Nigeria. He became a citizen. She never did, and now she's nervous about being deported. But it's like you were here before him.
Look,
Why didn't you do anything?
If you
Yeah.
can get here and find safety or whatever, I'm happy for you.
yeah,
I'm not calling ICE to come pick you up.
no,
I'm not going out of my way for that. I don't care. And I'm happy that you found a nice safe spot. But if you happen to be found by the government, you are here illegally. Like I just don't get I can't do that nowhere. There's no country where I can go illegally and just I'm here. And I dare you to deport me.
No, the only
yeah,
the only thing that really gets me, because I'm really not mad at people saying they don't like families being broken up. They feel like people should be able to find safety. I'm not mad at none of that. I understand that some hard decisions have to be made, and that's why it sucks for me. The only thing I don't like is people flying the flags of other countries here in
wild to me.
America.
Wow to me. And
Don't
then
do
burning
that.
the US flag
Bruh.
don't make no sense.
Doesn't
But
make
I
sense.
got to go back to the splitting of families because what is happening is you're getting kicked out and you're not taking your family with you.
Well, I've heard there's some people that,
I don't think it's that easy, honestly. Though
yeah.
Oh, they can't take their kids with them?
I don't think so.
I don't
But
know.
was that the law when you came here? You
I
decided
don't
to
think
break
it,
the law?
I don't think that's it's the law. I just think if the kids have to go or like other family members have to go, they'll be fit in the bill to do so. Like there's funding in order for ICE to transport people back.
Okay, but
back
here's
to
my
Mexico.
question.
They're not going to
When
be like,
you-
yeah, we're gonna ship you here and we're gonna charge you for being shipped
I
here.
bet. But this is my question. When you broke the law and came to America and had a kid here in America, was it not always a law at that time then that if you get
Oh,
busted,
listen.
you got to pay for the kid to go back? You get what I'm saying? Like
I get you. I agree.
They're not splitting families. You're splitting families. You made this choice.
That's right.
Your family wouldn't be
You
split
made a
if you didn't
choice
come here
that
and do
would
that.
result in your family possibly being split up because you know you're not here
Thank
legally.
you. You are the common denominator.
And this is not anything new. People are acting like this is just a new thing.
Obama
ICE is
did
rounding
this.
them up, and I'm just like, Obama
Obama
deported way more
deported
folks.
I think 3 million people. They called him Obama. What
Yeah,
they call him?
deporter in chief.
Deporter in chief. Like it's what it is. Not just Obama. I just said Obama because black people love Obama, but it's not just Obama. This has been our policy as a nation.
Yeah.
And it's not just. It'd be different if we were the only country that did this. This is what countries do.
Yeah.
They
They
protect
just
their
do it
borders.
better than we do.
Yeah.
Mm.
They don't
That's
get
it.
that many people to come in. Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. We have way more
We
numbers.
opened the floodgates,
Yeah,
and
true.
now we got to do it. But like I was saying before,
Yeah, ICE isn't a new department.
but like I
And
said,
like we're not ignoring the fact that immigration and stuff like that isn't beneficial for the country or hasn't been beneficial
Very
because it
beneficial.
is very beneficial,
Gotta have it.
but at the same time very illegal.
two
And
things can be true.
yep.
It's
So-
a weird thing for me. Because my heart for people, it be
No,
like,
that's the part that messes me up because I hate to see like ICE pulling up to graduations like we talked about.
Like,
the other
yeah, I hate
day.
that
yeah,
stuff.
that's
Or like I
that
just
stuff
seen a
feels
video
immoral.
recently. They ran down. I don't know if it was like a car wash or something, and they were pulling this old man like out from the back, and I just felt bad. You know,
Yeah.
I'm like, man,
I
like
just feel like they be heartless when they do it.
like these dudes are
Yeah.
just really trying to just work, and like they're not doing anything.
That is the hard part.
It's just the perception to me is what gets annoying is like a lot of the right leaning like crazies, right leaning crazy people are like, and I'm more so centrist or right leaning too anyway, but like they're just like, oh yeah, they're getting these criminals out of here and
Hey, bro, these people
Or
ain't
they're
trying
getting
to
these
be no
people who are
criminals.
Or they
doing
be
crazy.
like,
I'm like, listen,
Well, some of them.
Get
at
out
least.
of my country.
the
And I'll be
elote
like-
man is just trying to make his
he
elote.
is, listen,
And plus, he's a staple in the-
central part of
Brother,
America.
of the society, bro.
He just trying to hit the little bell and like push his
Yeah,
cart and
legit.
sell some elote.
Not
Yeah.
even
and I'm
lying.
loving it.
That's a,
Especially in Southern California, the elote man, the dude with got the little ice cream.
The guy with the
thing.
watermelon, yo.
Bro,
You know
they
what I'm
are
saying?
staples in the community.
little
We
fruit-
legitimately
fruit truck
want
things.
them there.
But
Exactly.
listen, that's
He ain't doing
but
nothing.
that's
They
true.
ain't bothering nobody.
A lot of right wing people act like they're all just
They're coming. They're
dangerous
taking our
criminals,
jobs.
taking our jobs,
annoying.
and I'm like, you don't gotta.
There was a kid
Be
who
like that.
picked me up. I remember. I don't forget this man's name, but I remember the whole thing happened. I was living in Burleson at the time, and there's a highly Hyundai dealership there, and I was driving a. Don't ever buy a Hyundai anymore. If you hearing this,
Dang,
Hyundai's
there goes our
terrible.
I know,
sponsorship.
dang.
yeah, I'm sorry. Sorry, Hyundai. I mean, if you want to prove me wrong and send me a car for free, then
I like the way you did that. I like the way you did that.
But anyways, there was a guy who picked me up because I was getting my car was getting serviced, and he was like, "Man, and it was rainier or whatever." It was a younger guy, and I was just chopping it up with him and everything, and he was just like, "Man, these people are just driving really crazy these days." And kid was driving like a kid, and I was like, "Yeah, you don't know how to drive." And he was like, I was like, yeah. I was like, some people just, they don't get it or whatever, and you got to leave some grace for some of the older folks. He was like, you know what I found out that it really is though? Honestly, it's a lot of the illegals. And I was just like, bro.
Get out of here.
Bro,
Here we go.
are you kidding me?
See, that's when you just go crazy.
Like, how do you even know that?
Like you looked at everybody that did a traffic infraction and was like, let me see, are you legal or illegal?
You know what I'm
You
saying?
know what I mean? Like, that's just crazy to me. That's weird.
I don't get it.
That's some
And
weirdo stuff.
when you say illegals, do you mean illegals from all around the world? Because
I don't know how you get, listen, I don't care how do you draw that conclusion?
It's a stupid conclusion.
How?
I told you, everybody with a traffic infraction, he pulled them over and
You live in,
asked,
listen, first off,
were
brother.
you legal or illegal?
First off, brother, you live in North Texas, okay? Now, we got a lot of Hispanics out here. Don't get me wrong.
Don't get me
but
wrong.
nowhere near as much as border
Border
Oh,
town.
yeah.
towns and stuff
Nowhere
like
near
that.
it.
And they don't really have a problem driving.
Mm-mm.
They all know how to drive.
I know who can't drive, but I ain't gonna say
Yeah,
nothing.
we
on
won't
Yeah,
say
we're
podcast.
not gonna say that. We're
Yeah.
not gonna say that.
And they very legal.
They're not the group.
They legal as can be.
It don't get
Yeah.
no more legal.
Can't drive.
It's annoying.
And yeah, sure, you can find your one or two here and there that don't know how to drive, but like, come on, man. How do you even draw that conclusion?
How do you know who's illegal?
I don't know.
Because it don't matter your
Like
race.
his
You can be
parents-
legal.
Exactly.
His parents had to be feeding him that. Like, there's
For
no
real.
way.
That's crazy
That's
to
why
me.
I could never consider myself a Republican or a Democrat because you just got to drink too much Kool-Aid
For real.
to say I'm this. It's you got to go too far.
Nah, it's
you got to
too
stop
much.
thinking.
Well, no, that's what society wants you to believe now. Like nowadays, that's how. Back even 10 years ago.
Oh, yeah,
12 years
you
ago,
did
it
not
wasn't a
have-
problem.
But here's the thing that I noticed. It's only
Well, not 10, probably more years. than that.
no about 10 years ago. But here's the thing that I noticed: like, there's people on the left and the right, cool as day. It just be them extremists.
Man.
That's it.
But more people are becoming extremists because of social media.
Because they
honestly.
radicalize themselves. Remember, I think
Yeah.
I told you that I was like, dang, I'm over here radicalizing myself because I watched like 10 Charlie Kirk videos in a row. And I'm like, yeah,
Exactly.
I'm like getting all
You get
excited.
gassed
and
up a
stuff.
little bit, like,
Yeah, I was
oh,
like,
wait.
hold on, slow down.
That's why
Yeah.
I always pride myself on like listening to contrary media.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. Like, listen, I listen to people who I disagree with.
Yeah, you
a
showed
lot.
me Destiny. So
Yeah.
Destiny's
I
a
started
smart
watching Destiny.
dude.
He's a very smart guy.
Yeah, a very smart dude.
Smart dude. I don't agree.
I
with
don't
him
agree.
On a lot,
I don't agree with
but
him on a lot.
he's
of
a real
things.
smart dude.
But there's a lot of things I can agree with him coming to common ground with him.
I'm
Or-
okay with disagreeing with people though.
Exactly.
Like I can disagree with you, but if you can show me how you got to your conclusion, I can respect your conclusion.
Yeah.
And I love that about life. Like we don't always have to agree.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
agree that I'm always right and you're wrong.
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Man, I love that about America, but it be getting out of hand though. Ooh.
Who's your celebrity crush?
My celebrity crush?
Yeah.
Shucks.
Right now?
Yeah. I got two.
Dang, it's tough because I'm gonna probably say somebody, and then
Nobody's
after
thinking
the
of mine.
show, I'm going to see someone else. I'm like, that's actually my celebrity crush.
Yeah.
You gonna have to come back to me. I might have to research.
What about you, Miles?
Man, I don't really have.
I
a
got two. I know
celebrity
exactly what
crush.
mine are.
Go
I
ahead.
mean, it's pretty
Run it
beautiful
off.
women out there, but I don't really have.
Coco Jones is my number one right now.
That's
Jones.
good. Coco's up there. I like Tim's,
Who's Tim's?
the singer,
Oh,
Yeah.
somebody got a picture?
African. Nigerian.
I feel like if I type in Tim, some Timberland's gonna pop up.
TEMS.
Let me see.
She's
Who's
pretty.
calling me right now? TEMS. Let me see. I know this was random. I'm just curious. Okay, I see what you're working with. Okay,
Yeah,
let me
she's cool.
see.
She's cool. Who else?
I know who. I don't even know this
She
lady's
low-key
real
look
name.
familiar though. Like I feel like I know her.
I don't know her real name, but it turns out she
my
is
daddy
a
calling me.
cousin of our friend Ashley from high school, but the Pocket Queen. She's a drummer.
Oh, she's a drummer.
Shout out to Pocket Queen. She just was on that new movie
Is she in
with
the movie?
Tom Hiddleston. His new movie that dropped not too long ago. She's in the movie.
That's dope.
I actually want to go see that. I low-key want to see it today, but
Yeah, go ahead and
See
put
what
y'all's
happens.
in the chat. I'm just curious.
I
trying to see
I'm
who
always
got
gonna
America's
I'm always
eyes
gonna
right
throw
now.
like Tika Sumpter out there. I love Tika Sumpter.
Okay.
I think she's very beautiful.
What about you, young man?
Man,
Who?
Topanga
Topanga
Lawrence.
I
Lawrence.
mean, when I was 13, that was always the right answer.
Yeah.
But okay,
I don't know.
Topanga
I
Lawrence.
think I moved on from Topanga.
Yeah.
I mean, Topanga's. I ain't mad. at
Paige
her, though.
Hurd.
Paige Hurd. Yeah, I was a big Paige Hurd fan. I had a homeboy who knew her.
I don't know
'Cause
nobody.
She's from Texas. I
I
think.
don't know nobody either.
She's from
to be honest
Houston
with
or
you.
something. But yeah, Paige Hurd. She's the from Everybody Hates Chris.
It's not the white girl.
Everybody Hates Chris.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's not bad. Okay. I just wanted to see who had America's
Yeah, W. Page.
America's eyes right now. All right, I think that's the show.
How do y'all
bud.
feel about
Oh,
Beyonce?
just kidding. No,
Beyonce.
it has never been. No
I've
disrespect.
always thought she was a
I
pretty
It's not a
lady.
disrespect.
I think she's pretty, but
I think she's
I
a very
never really
beautiful
was
lady.
like Beyonce.
Yeah,
is
no, she
her.
definitely not ugly.
No,
she
she's
ain't
not
nowhere near
ugly.
that. But she's never been.
I ain't gonna
a
lie.
celebrity crush.
Gabrielle Union, but like early movie Gabrielle
She has never
Union.
done it for me either.
Bro, she was. I don't know, man.
I always thought she was overrated.
Man, but
No
Gabrielle was
disrespect.
Cool.
No disrespect, because I know she look at me and be like, "Who
But-
are you?" You know what I'm saying? So
True.
I'm just saying my preference.
And then
That's the
no, and
last thing.
specifically, I'm done after
Okay,
this.
yeah, I got one last thing.
Specifically, Flintstones, Halle Berry,
Specifically from the Flintstones.
You know, I just watched that.
bro.
I just watched that like maybe about a month ago. Yeah, that's bad.
there was a lady who
Flintstones.
was on American Idol last year.
While you doing that, I gotta say this. Y'all don't watch Pop the Balloon, do y'all?
I
Not
did.
at all.
Did you see this? I didn't watch the last episode, but I saw the piece on TikTok where old boy told the girl her hair was too short. That was how he felt. Like that's why he popped the.
Hey,
And
yo, your head's
all
on
them
fire.
girls was like, "You don't say that to a black woman."
What?
Yeah.
Why
and
not?
he was like, "But it's my preference." Yeah, but black women be having short hair.
Okay, everybody be having short hair.
I'm gonna let y'all see that clip when we get up
Yeah,
out of here.
and that's why they're in line trying to get some
Black men
By
are
popular-
not
That's why they're
allowed
on
to
the
have
totem pole
opinions, bro. They're
and
not.
picking.
They're not allowed.
That's
to.
crazy
And he
to
said it
me.
respectfully too. I'm gonna show it to you. It was crazy. She went off on
Man,
him.
that's insane.
All right, go ahead. Give
What
us the exit.
I was trying to find
The
that lady. Can't find her
benediction.
anywhere.
Cause I'm about to go. I feel.
I feel like going. Y'all not gonna
If
sing
you
with
feel
me?
the Lord pulling on your
Nah, 'cause
heartstrings,
we can't harmonize
I'm
right.
about
So.
to. I was gonna do a benediction.
I feel no. Man.
If you really feel the Lord, if you saying everything you said today was good, I just need to give my life to Jesus. I just want you to slip your hand up right now. Go ahead. Maybe you've known God and you stepped away. I just want you to go ahead and slip your hand up right now, and I'm gonna pray for you. I'm about to do this for real. Y'all ready? Just repeat it after me. Father, thank you. I'm a sinner, but I received Jesus' sacrifice and ask you to take me in as your own.
Yes.
In Jesus' name,
Yes, Lord.
amen.
Amen.
Woo, somebody got saved. I heard the Lord tell me that. It's full circle. All right, man. Let's get about here.
Well, that's been your episode of the Three Good Guys podcast. We love y'all. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, share, all that good stuff.
Yes.
With that being said, we out.
Bye.